Chris Watkin here, joined by Russell Quirk. 2022, what's your thoughts on the estate agency portals? Talk to me.
Well, some of them have got a lot of work to do, haven't they, I think? And I think the likes of Rightmove and Zoopla in particular, I think their biggest enemy is going to remain complacency, really. I think they need to do a lot of work in endearing themselves to their client base. I know they don't think they need to. It's well documented that Rightmove in particular, whether it's because of their kind of arm's length distant approach to agents or whether it's just the fact that they keep putting their prices up, as they've just done again, by way above inflation. I mean, kind of on average 10% per annum is actually what they put prices up by in the last 10 years, so they've doubled in a decade. I don't think that that's sustainable for Rightmove. And some people would disagree with that. Rightmove might secretly disagree with that and think that we're too big, everyone needs us. I think, honestly, what's happened over the last 2 or 3 years is that the portal space has just started to get fragmented. So it was just Rightmove and Zoopla and a few kind of people nibbling at the edge. But never have we seen a dynamic where you've now got on the market with a kind of refreshed CEO and
he's an estate agent. We like Jason.
Yeah, he is. I mean, it remains to be seen. I'd like to know who's really running that business, but that's probably a question for another time, really, in terms of who really is putting the strings there. But maybe we'll come back to that. But I think on the market, the problem with on the market actually is that they are the same really as Zoopla and the same as Rightmove. So same business model. It's all about leads. A lot of those leads are a bit crap, and it's just the same model. But Jason's got a really uphill struggle on his hands because of course he's got to convert a load of people that have paid nothing to people that pay something. And I don't just mean a tenner, so that you can say, oh, I've got nobody paying nothing now. Everyone pays proper money, whatever that is deemed to be, 300-400 quid a month. I think on the market's problem, therefore, is kind of lack of differentiation. They're the same. But I think the spectre of booming now, which of course is only 8 months old, so it's still a very new business. We shouldn't forget that. A lot of people are saying, yeah, but booming this, booming that, and I haven't had that many leads from them yet. This is an 8-month-old business, yeah. So you've got to give the marketing, the awareness, the traction, and the proposition, the technology, all the features and add-ons that have been implemented and are coming. You've got to give those a chance to kind of come through. I don't think anybody really underestimates Michael and Kenny Bruce, do they? If they've decided to start a portal and to stick a load of money into it and to start getting really quite aggressive with features and technology and innovation, then I think on the market have a lot to worry about, a lot. And I think Rightmove and Zoopla are not immune from that. But Boomin is the first portal that has come along and genuinely thought about the agent. Now, I know Jason on the market says he's listening and he's doing his town halls. That's great, right? But Jason's also putting his fees up, right? So he might be listening to agents, but he's also trying to please shareholders. And the only way you please shareholders is by making more profit. How do you make more profit out of a portal? Put prices up to your agents, and that's what he's going to have to do, right? And there's a kind of...
So are Boomin are free at the moment.
They're free, yeah, but the Boomin have always said, look, we'll be free for a period of time, for a year, and then in April we're going to start feeding in costs. But they've always been really honest and clear about that. But the difference with Boomin is that their £300 to £400 a month, whatever it is going to be negated and covered by the fact that they are genuinely increasing or providing income for the agent via their portal. So whether it's Smart Val or whatever the other things that they have, they are focused on helping the agent, not just in terms of rhetoric, town halls and so on, no disrespect to Jason, but they're actually doing things that create revenue opportunities for agents. So whether it's mortgage referrals or whether it's valuation. So, paying 300 to 400 quid a month that you knew you were going to be paying, as I say, Boomin have been very transparent about that, but earning potentially £2,000, £3,000, £4,000 a month out of their tools is kind of better than what I see. And I've written about this. Rightmove throwing loads of leads at you, which are drunk people at 3 o'clock in the morning. Some of them, many of them. So out of 50 million leads that Rightmove produce for those agents every year, there's only 1 million houses sold. So in other words, 49 out of 50 leads are completely wasted and worthless. But they're still used as a metric to go into agents and say, look at all these wonderful leads that we've given you, so therefore you now have to pay us more money. What I think the portal of the future will understand that rather than the agent just shoveling money at the portal, what the agent wants back is some revenue from that portal. And that's what I guess what Boomin's philosophy
is it fair that estate agents judge a portal by the number of leads it produces, when surely the job of the portal is just to put the property in front of the punters?
Well, it is, but what I'm saying is it's now twofold. It used to be the job of the portal just to advertise to a big audience and to spend all the money like Rightmove did and Zoopla have. But now I think we're so cheesed off as an agency industry with the way that the portals act towards the industry and the prices they charge. No longer is it okay just to charge more and more and more to be a shop window. What agents now want is some mitigation, and the only way to mitigate is to provide revenue.
But through that on leads back from mortgages or vendor leads.
Yeah, but not just leads, but you know, leads are not leads necessarily.
Well, most of them are just people wanting to view a property.
They're not even that. They're not even that. So you've got voyeurs. The vast majority, this is a fact, right? The vast majority of people that are on Rightmove and even inquiring don't ever buy anything. They're just mug punters that are kicking the tyres. So what you can do as Rightmove and Zoopla, and they have done, is to make it so easy to create a lead. Just by it also fills your details and you click a button and that then becomes a lead. You want to do that as Rightmove and Zoopla because as a consequence then you can say to the agent, look at all the leads we gave you last year. Leads were up 35%, so guess what? We're only putting your fees up by 10%, but the 35% was all rubbish. It was all bullshit because they weren't what I would call a lead. They were simply tyre kickers in the middle of the night where when you call them, they don't even remember clicking the button. That's not a lead.
But surely the job of the estate agent is to get their own leads through their own marketing.
Well, yes, as well. But you would also think that the job of the portal, charging 1,200 quid a pop, would also be to give some value back to the agent.
True. Interesting times ahead. If you are a CEO of any of the portals, you've all been invited to sit here, or anyone who has got the word C in front of their name. That's chief. Or opera.
Could be something else, but yeah.
I think they call it C-suite, don't they?
C-suite, yeah.
Yeah. I do know for a fact that Kenny and Michael are planning to come and sit on this sofa sometime in H1.
You're aware, I tried to get all the portal leaders together in the summer. Actually, Michael and Kenny said yes. Jason Tebb was a massive maybe, might be on holidays, what he told me. Well, hang on, I haven't even told you the date yet. And Rightmove and Zoopla. Zoopla, in fairness, said yes if Rightmove come, and Rightmove said no, they wouldn't. So the whole thing fell to bits. But you have to wonder, why no scrutiny? Why no public accountability? Guys, what are you worried about? What is it you're holding back on as portals that you don't want your customers to be able to see and understand? Why don't you want questions asked of you? I just don't understand why, again, some of these businesses are public. Public listed businesses are scared of their customers. Why?
And if it's not you, it was going to be, I made the same offer as well, but just before COVID.
Well, maybe we'll do it together.
And I'll keep them in check. not that he needs it. But honestly, guys, what have you got to be scared of? Come on. Listen to your customers and answer the questions. Thanks for your time today, Russell.
Cheers.